Good morning. My name is Eugene Nicandri. I'm chairman of the Economic Development Power Allocation Board. I'd like to welcome other members of the board, including Dennis Trainer and Andrew Silver, who are participating by video. I'd also like to welcome Power Authority staff members who are present in the White Plains office. This is a scheduled board meeting which has been duly noticed as required by the open meetings law of the state of New York. And I call the meeting to order under the bylaws of the board. First item on the agenda is the adoption of a proposed agenda that's been circulated, and if none of the members have any amendments or deletions, I'd ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The agenda is adopted. The last meeting of the board was on January 27th of 2020. The minutes have been circulated to the board members. If there are no amendments or changes, I would ask for a motion to approve the minutes of that January meeting.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item on the adopted agenda is Recharge New York program, and recognize Keith Hayes, Senior Vice President for Clean Energy Solutions, to present the next two items. Keith?
Thank you. Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Board Member Trainer, Board Member Silver. The board is requested to recommend that the trustees award 13 power allocations of Recharge New York to large business expansion and small business and not-for-profit based power to 10 different applicants. 21 applications were evaluated for this period, all of which were submitted through the state's consolidated funding application system. The applications included large business expansion based power allocation requests in addition to requests from small businesses. As in the past, applications were evaluated on a competitive basis in consideration of the 12 criteria in the Recharge New York legislation. I won't read through each of the 12 criteria, but some of the key ones include job commitments, capital investment, and an applicant's risk of closure or leaving the state if they are not awarded a Recharge New York power allocation. Each application was evaluated and scored, with regional economic development councils providing input by scoring each applicant in their region relative to 2 of the 12 legislative criteria. The councils comprised 20% of an application's total score. Prior to today's recommendations, please note that 112 megawatts are available to allocate out of 610 megawatts that are set aside for large business retention purposes. 85.7 megawatts are available to allocate out of the 200 megawatts that are set aside for large business expansion purposes, and 1.5 megawatts are available to allocate out of the 100 megawatts that are set aside for small business and not-for-profit purposes. Today's recommendations consist 13 allocations totaling 1.5 megawatts of Recharge New York power. This includes the following: 2 large business expansion allocations totaling 0.9 megawatts and supporting the creation of 18 new jobs, and 11 small business and not-for-profit based allocations totaling 0.6 megawatts and supporting 275 jobs. If today's 13 recommended allocations are approved, 112 megawatts will remain available to allocate for large business retention purposes, 84.8 megawatts will remain available to allocate for large business expansion purposes, and 0.9 megawatts will remain available to allocate for small business and not-for-profit purposes. The awarded applicants will be offered Recharge New York contracts for a term of up to 7 years. The contract has provisions for the partial or complete withdrawal of an allocation if the recipient fails to maintain mutually agreed upon commitments relating to, among other things, employment, power utilization, and capital investment. In summary, the board is being asked today to recommend that the trustees approve 13 Recharge New York large business expansion and small business and not-for-profit based allocations. This item is submitted for your approval. I'd be happy to take any of your questions.
Hi, I'm back in. Can people hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody have any questions for Keith?
No.
No.
If not, I'd ask for a motion to approve the recommendation.
So moved?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Transfer New York Power Allocation Program, Keith?
Thank you, Judge. This item requests that the board approve the transfer of a Recharge New York power allocation for one customer experiencing business
Hi,
changes.
Can White Plains hear me? I just need to know if I need to disconnect and dial back in. I can see people, but I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I
We
can
can't
hear
see.
you. You can mute Tracy.
Oh, that's Tracy.
Go ahead, Keith.
Okay. Again, the item requests the board to approve the transfer of a Recharge New York power allocation for one customer experiencing business changes necessitating such transfer. Specifically, transfer of a pending 1,000 kilowatt Recharge New York power allocation awarded to Ramlin Holdings LLC, also known as RHL, for use at 1 Ramlin Road, Orangeburg, New York, to 1 Ramlin Road Owner LLC, also known as Ramlin, in order to address organizational changes. This item is submitted for your approval.
Any questions of Keith on this item?
No questions?
If not, I'd request a motion to approve this recommendation.
So moved?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The item is adopted. The next meeting of the EdPAT board is scheduled for Monday, May 11th of this year, 10 a.m. by video conference. Corporate Secretary's office will contact us about availability. Unless a member has some additional business, I would ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Motion? So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.